The story begins with a girl running through the forest. She falls onto the muddy ground. The scene shifts to a man who calls her a disgrace and says people without stars shouldn't be allowed to live. The scene flashes back to the past. The girl is seen running through a grassy field and into the forest. There, pans are tied to the trees with ropes. She looks at them, then pulls on a cloth rope that opens a hidden chamber in the ground. From it, she retrieves her bag and removes the pans from the trees, placing them inside. It's a magical bag, much bigger on the inside. She puts on her belt, carries the bags, and prepares herself. From a hidden chamber in the trees, she also takes out some potions and stores them in the bag. She says they've only found the hiding place closest to the village. A bell rings, a sound only she can hear, and asks, "Has it been difficult?" The girl replies that she gave up on happiness after losing everything. Holding a blade, she says she's an unwanted child. Unneeded. That's why she's casting aside the village as well. The scene shifts to her climbing with a rope. Her foot slips and she almost falls off a cliff, but she pulls herself back up. She wishes she had skills like running, escaping, or hiding, but then remembers, if she had skills, none of this would have happened. The bell rings again, telling her that if she keeps complaining about the way she was born, nothing will ever change. She wonders if she had done something like this in her past life. She then reaches a dumping ground, searches through the garbage, and finds a bag. As she pulls it out, some garbage falls, nearly hitting her with 2 spears. She opens the bag and finds a brown cloak. A map falls out of it. She says this will make her journey easier. Among the trash, she also finds a blue potion. Though old and discolored, it's still usable. She reflects on the irony that an unwanted child like her is now surviving among trash no one wants. Suddenly, she hears footsteps. A man appears, saying it's time to feed the slimes. He blows a whistle, summoning them. The girl, hiding, realizes he's a tamer. The bell rings and asks if she thinks the slimes are cute. She responds, "Why would I ever find monsters cute?" It's revealed the bell is actually her inner voice, her past self, speaking to her. The man mentions that with her small legs, she couldn't have gone far. Realizing he's hunting her, the girl takes her bag and escapes. The man guesses she's headed to the nearby village, Latoff. Standing where she just hid, he calls her a Phoenicia girl and says the head of Latomi village has put a bounty on her, dead or alive. Hearing this shocks the girl. Her village head wants her killed. She remains hidden until the man leaves, then escapes and sleeps under a tree. The next day, she walks through an open, water-filled area. Strong wind nearly knocks her over. Suddenly, small slimes attack. They're weak, but still trouble. She says they're not cute. She hates them. The bell says the forest is full of monsters, and slimes are nothing in comparison. She agrees, running while slimes follow her. Her foot slips on a slope, and she rolls down, hitting a tree. Her bag strap catches on a branch, saving her. She thanks her luck. She applies the blue potion to her wound, which only partially heals due to its age. The bell now agrees. Slimes are scary. She nods, saying they truly are monsters. She wonders what kind of slimes existed in her past world. She uses another potion, which fully heals her hand. Standing up, she sees a beautiful river. She removes her bags and some clothes and dives into the water, letting her body float. She says she's never done anything like this before. "I've always lived in hiding. I won't hesitate anymore. I'll be bold and resolute," she says, recalling a fortune teller's words. Looking at the sky with determination, she cuts her hair with the blade, planning to disguise herself as a boy to avoid recognition. The bell jokes, "A girl traveling alone is just a sitting duck," but she doesn't get it. She dries her outfit and throws away all her girl clothes. She puts on her new outfit and decides to change her name too. Her father had named her Phoenicia, but she wants to let go of that past. The voice suggests the name Ivy. She asks its meaning. The bell says it's a plant that survives even when stepped on. She looks at her reflection in the river and says her name aloud, Ivy. She wonders what the future holds. The voice says there's no point thinking about the future. She says that maybe having no purpose is easier, just maybe. Wearing the cloak, she walks across a field of flowers and grass. She sees a tiny slime with eyes, giving birth on a leaf, and says it's cute. She checks her monster compendium and finds the slime listed. It has no proper name, called the weakest slime, or disintegrating slime. Just like her, it's the weakest of its kind. She doesn't like the name weakest slime and calls it disintegrating slime instead. A gust of wind blows the slime away. It struggles to stand. She reads more about it. It can vanish with just a poke or strong breeze. Shocked at its fragility, she hesitates to touch it, but gently helps it up and is relieved it's safe. The book says its lifespan is only 1 day. The slime seems sad. Since they're so rare and short-lived, not much is known about them. Another wind blows it away, and the girl saves it just before it falls into water. The slime jumps happily. Later, the girl walks in circles around it in the field. She asks if it wants protection. The slime doesn't answer. She admits she doesn't understand, but if it's destined to vanish in a day, they should stay together. In that moment, something small inside the slime glows. At night, lying on the grass with the slime, she says it's unfair. Why do gods make some people happy and others like them so miserable? She explains that in Ordo-Guz, everyone gets a skill at age 5, along with stars to indicate its strength. Her father had 2-star carpentry and processing skills, and her mother had 2-star needlework and 1-star mending. But she got a taming skill with no stars. A starless tamer. She couldn't even tame small monsters. Everyone's attitude toward her changed, even her parents. She lost everything: home, people, family. The only thing she had left were hazy memories of a past life. Sometimes they whisper to her. The bell says those memories can be helpful. She remembers a kind fortune teller who gave her many books and taught her a lot. Even the magical bag came from her. It was an old model, but it could hold many things and was light. It helped her survive. Sadly, the fortune teller died recently. The girl begins crying. Everything she loved is gone. She hides her tears in her bag. The village people, her father, even the village head want to kill her just because she's starless. She asks, "Is being starless truly so bad? Is it a reason to hate someone so much?" She looks at the slime and says he too is destined to disappear in 1 day. The world is cruel. The slime wiggles, and she takes it as a yes. She's glad to have someone to talk to. He's her first friend, a slime. Morning comes. She doesn't know when she fell asleep. She looks at her hand, but the slime is gone. She searches in panic, then realizes it died. 1 day had passed. She's reminded again of how cruel the world is. The bell says she should get used to being alone. The girl says she thought she already was, but her tears prove otherwise. She decides to follow the fortune teller's plan, to head for the royal capital. She takes out the map. The voice says something's hidden inside the map. She opens it and finds the slime inside. Overjoyed, she watches as it jumps out. Turns out the book was wrong. It didn't die. Later, under a tree, she reads how to tame a monster. First, transfer a bit of magic energy. If the monster glows, give it a name. She's a starless tamer, but she decides to try. She prays to God and touches the slime. It begins to glow. She has to name it now. Looking at its blue color, she thinks of Ao, blue, or Sora, sky. She chooses Sora. The slime likes it. A mark appears on its head. The slime rolls with joy. She tells him her name, too. Ivy, no longer Phoenicia. She tosses Sora into the air with joy and looks forward to tomorrow.